end?
I was not cutting it. Oh, hi everyone, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez. We're gonna YOLO this. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. I have Tina and Rudy, aka Name Coast and Tina Sells for You, over on the Twitter, and we are going to go over everything, whether it's Veve, real estate, shaving, and other things. You guys just got back from the Europe, showing everyone our NFTs over there. I thought that was super great. How was that?
I'm sorry, we lost you, Randy.
Oh, shit. All right.
Okay, we're good now. We're good.
I said you guys just got back from Europe and you were showing everyone all of the Veve digital collectibles over there. How was that?
Absolutely amazing, like a blur. Very, very fast. So many different. We went to over 23 cities in 24 days using 6 different airlines, multiple countries. Oh my gosh, it was just crazy. Cruise. We did a Mediterranean cruise. We did multiple taxis, city buses, 2 trains. It's like city trains, metro type stuff. Yeah.
And the app never like kicked you out for that? Because usually if you travel a lot and you ping in different areas, then it usually just like, it says that you're not, it thinks like you're a bot or something.
Oh, no.
No, we did upgrade our plans before we went on our phones. I don't know if that helped it or not, but yeah. But one thing I wish they would fix is to be able to use AR, like on the cruise, there was no signal.
Yeah.
And, Frozone had just dropped, and there was an ice bar in there. I want to do a full AR picture in there. I'm like, oh, it won't work. I can't bring it up, but yeah.
That would have been great. All right, so out of all those places, I mean, I'm guessing they were all first world countries.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how many people you talked to over there that really wasn't outside the family, but how much of the population you think is ready for something like a Web3, like stuff in AR?
It's a hard question. Yeah.
I think it's still very, very new. Like it's very, very fresh and new. It's a new concept. You know, we honestly don't run across too many people that get NFTs or get AR, or even like when we're doing it, they're like, what is that? What are you guys doing? We're like, oh, it's Veve. Check this out. Look in the picture.
You went to France for part of the trip, right?
Yeah, we were in Paris for 4 days, 5 nights. We went to, but we kind of went in the bubble. Like we literally went into like Disneyland Hotel, Paris Disneyland, 30th anniversary.
And so the reason I bring that up is because Veve has just announced that we are finally, after like 2 years, getting the Little Prince. Yes. And it's not a book; it's actually a collectible. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
You saw it.
They had merchandise of it in one of the stores, and I thought it was interesting because I didn't realize it's that big in Europe.
Yeah, I think it's like a French book. Like I think it's a French. Yeah, they even posted like in French. So I don't. Unfortunately, right now I don't think they have the language in France. But they have the French language on the app. Mm-hmm. But they haven't rolled it out to the Asian people yet. They haven't rolled it out, even though you can get it in Japanese. The app's not. They haven't fully gone into Asia yet. So that begs the question: when Asia trip for you guys?
That's on the list. Honestly, we want to go to Japan. We want to. Yeah, there's.
Well, for sure, Tokyo. So our dream is to go to all the Disneyland, every single Disney park there is. We want to visit at least once.
Have you guys heard of the? I forget what it was called. They didn't buy an island. They wanted to set up a Jungle Book type of adventure, like have one of their cruise lines go to some island. I forget where it was, but I don't know if the island was. Apparently, it was just workers like trying to sabotage it, or the locals trying to sabotage it because Disney would like take all the money away from like the local shops, and they would do it, over there. But there was also like there were like ghosts, there were like hauntings over there. Like people would go leave for work for the night, come back, and everything was like completely not destroyed, but not where they left it, and no one was there. And most likely it was the locals, but I didn't know if you guys have heard of that. I think it's called like Abandoned by Disney.
I don't know. I do know they own an island. Our friends have been on the Disney cruise quite a bit, and they always talk about this cool island that that is owned by Disney.
I want to go. Oh, so you guys been on a Disney cruise?
No.
No.
Do they have? So I know obviously they have those, and obviously most of the times you have kids. Do they have kid-free Disney cruises? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we just found
Is
out
there a
about
Disney,
this.
though?
Not
think it's
Disney, no, but we heard Virgin Cruise Lines is adult only.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I went on one in December, and it didn't have a bunch of, like, it was very weird. It was like a lot of old people, which is fine, but there wasn't like a ton of, like, I don't care that there wasn't like kids, but there was no like younger people on the cruise, and I was like, oh, this is weird.
Well, let me tell you this. So we've been on a handful of cruises, and this is the first one where the majority wasn't older people. It was actually so our son was like, oh, it's gonna be a bunch of old people. It was actually very middle, there's a lot of 18-year-olds for him, and then, up to like 40s. And so it was actually a nice mix of people.
It was a good mix, yeah.
So he's 18?
He is 17, yeah.
Oh,
Thinks he's 18.
On the cruise, he was 18.
Yeah, he thinks he's 18.
Because you can gamble, you can drink on those international waters. Those are great times.
Yeah. No, he literally researched every single city we went to what the drinking age was. And we were like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, most of Europe is like 16, which means like 14, 15. But yeah, Europe's a lot of fun. I can't wait to go back. So you're back here now, doing the real estate business. And how is that going? Because in Long Island, there is, not that there's no houses for sale, but the prices just keep going up. Like people just aren't selling. So the prices keep going up. Is that the same where you guys are?
It's been a zigzagging market for a while. So Arizona, like, you're gonna get me going here. So anyway, like on a macro level, there's a lot going on. So we went literally from like a normal valley market for us is about like 18,000 homes available in the market to buy. And we dropped all the way down to like 4,500 homes. And then there was this crazy like bidding war, like everything was just selling. It was crazy. It was super hard to find anything. People were like making offers, like no inspection, quick close, cash, waive everything. Like,
oh my God, no inspection.
Randy, these are people paying 800, 900,000 cash.
Over $1 million.
Sight unseen.
Yeah, crazy stuff. And then it literally, like, this is within months. Like, so you look at like over history, it was like like kind of normal. And then all of a sudden it just did this whole like crazy fluctuation. And from 4,500 homes, it went up to like over 22,000 homes. So then we had this huge surplus of homes. But then globally, we had challenges like, the Ukraine war. We had like the interest rates going up. We had banking stuff. So all of a sudden we had so much more inventory. It obviously changed our pricing, but then we had high interest rates. And then we've had like a nice surge of, buyers buying up inventory, which is great, even amidst a lot of relocation. So we have a lot of influx of migration here from Texas, East Coast, West Coast, pretty much anywhere there's high taxes, anywhere that there is, natural disasters, troublesome areas, crime, it's not affordable. They're moving into Arizona. Arizona is it's considered a very affordable state. It's considered very low, less crime, easy to get to everywhere. We have an international airport. So now we are hovering like just below 12,000 homes. So we're kind of like in a healthier state of a market.
Yeah.
The demand is still high, though. Yeah. Even with the interest rate, the demand is still. See what Tina's trying to do, Randy. She's trying to get you to move to Arizona. No. She's selling. You don't even know it.
Did you tell her?
I do.
Oh, did you tell her the conversation we had the other day?
Yeah.
Where I want to. That's either Florida, Texas, or Arizona is totally on my list. Arizona, because the big thing about Arizona is a lot of you guys are there. A lot of the Veve fams there. I was like, hey, are you guys going to be moving anytime soon? Because I don't want to go there and then have everyone move away and be like, oh,
right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could do $1 million home. That's a lot. I mean, even right now, just single, I probably don't even want a house. I don't even know if you guys show apartments. Probably not worth it for you guys, right? You probably just do.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah. We do a little bit of everything. So like we've been over 17 years. So like I just looked up at least in our city, like where we live, we're like a suburb of Phoenix, and the lowest priced detached home was 324. So just kind of like looking at the spectrum of what you could buy, it's definitely, but there's going to be fewer that are low hanging. And then obviously there's going to be a surplus of higher priced homes, but there's always options. There's other suburbs too that are much more affordable too. Mesa is huge, has a lot of homes. You could find stuff in there for like the upper twos. You can find townhouses, condos too. So
I was, I do want to, if I'm going to do that, I would like to have two places. Get kind of one in Long Island and then one in Arizona. So I wouldn't want anything like crazy big if I'm going to carry two rents. Or I don't know. How big is Airbnb down there? Same as the rest of the place?
Same. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we have a slow season and if it's triple digits, it gets slower. So if
I'd imagine
over 100 degrees, there's less people here, less people visiting.
It's crazy though, Randy. So we don't have a beach. We don't have Disney Park. We don't really have, but we have the weather, and the Airbnbs here are very successful. They do really well here.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine bought a place. I don't know what company it is. I imagine there's companies like this everywhere. Bought a place in Key West, and he pays a company, and they do all like the Airbnb for him. Like they advertise for it, they clean it. They take 20% of the profits, but he doesn't have to do anything. Something similar like that you guys have down there?
Yeah, there's several. So there's a lot of them, and then there's also like local or regional or client contracts.
Yeah. You guys did mention before some places that have like natural disasters, they'll go there. Do you guys have what do you guys have over there? Are you too far in, like no hurricanes, but you have tornadoes?
It's the heat, man. So that's what you saying you want to have two places. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you want to get out of here between June and September.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I mean, you just want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little crazy, so I would like to go running in that heat. I would like to do like a workout on there and see if I survive.
Let me record it.
Yeah, no, Hassan will. It'll be like 100 degrees and he'll go running.
Our son.
Yeah. He totally does. Yeah.
He'll be a good workout buddy. He's a beast.
But I will tell you, so I am originally from Colorado. And when I moved here, the funniest word, like the thing that is around here is a monsoon, right? But when I came out here, everybody's like, oh my gosh, a haboob is coming. And I was like, a what? And they were like, a haboob. And I was like, what is that? So that is another word for monsoon here. And it's just this crazy dust storm. Like
Randy, you ever heard that?
I have not heard of haboob.
Oh, wow. Haboob, yeah. So you go. That's what we have here.
Every once in a while.
And critters. There's scorpions. There's obviously snakes, but I've never seen a snake here in Arizona ever.
I've dealt with scorpions, and those things are very durable. We're out in Kuwait. There was some, and I dropped like a 5-pound weight on it, and it hit it. Almost didn't phase it. It kind of just kept going. I was like, "Oh my god, he's still still alive."
It does not squish easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't let Tina make you think too. There's scorpions
it's not
everywhere.
No.
We'll see one maybe once every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So they're not crazy. My buddy of mine got in trouble in the military for having like bug wars. Like they would be. It wasn't for that. It was for gambling. They would have two bugs. They'd put them next to each other, and they would gamble on which one would win.
Camel spider and the scorpion or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I was like, oh my god, crazy. But all right, I'm very curious. I don't know which goes up first, whether it's collectibles or OMI. I know you guys have an amazing collection. It was a sub 30 set of the first one, right? The first set.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a story about that? How we're able to get that?
No, you go ahead.
I saw one listed in the market that was I forgot, it was 20 something, and I reached out to him and just asked him to, if you'd consider selling it if he had any more, and he said he had a whole set under 30. And then one thing led to another. I'm like, okay, let's work out a deal for the whole set. And it took us a couple of months to pull it off, but he was actually really good to work with, and it worked out good. So
okay, so you got it from one person.
One person,
yeah.
Okay. That's nice.
We did have some challenges with the payout. I mean, because all of a sudden he couldn't get paid out either. He couldn't cash out. So then we're like, oh no, we can't do, oh my gosh, what if we can't do this? Like, and then luckily things worked out where like literally, what was it, the week our deadline, it worked out. So luckily he was able to cash out. And
yeah, I'm glad they're bringing that back. That almost messed up my logo ones as well. Because the guy that had the red one, he's like, I really want to be able to cash out. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's exactly. I felt like he was going to change his mind because he would text me saying, hey, man, there's cash out is no longer available. I'm like, oh, crap. So what does that mean? What are we gonna do?
Yeah, that would suck if you had to hold on to it. And then let's say you get it like 6 months later, everything's doubled, then suddenly you have to pay so much more. Yeah.
Right.
So that was the last great set that you got. Do you guys have your eyes on anything next? You taking a break now?
We're working on something right now. That's a bit private. It's not as exciting as that one, but something that needs to be done. So.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it off camera. We'll keep it entre nous, and we won't tell anyone. Shout out to Tammy, saying congrats to you guys. So on the OMI side, do you have have you dabbled in that really in depth, or is it just like when there's utility, I'll get it?
No,
we've bought.
We've been accumulating.
Yeah,
nice.
I definitely believe in OMI, but no financial advice.
Yeah, and it's we understand it'll take time. I'm not really too worried about that. I don't get stressed out like a lot of people I see on Twitter about it.
Yeah, that's insane. My DMs are like the worst.
That's all right.
We have a nice resilience for having long-term patience.
With real estate, that's the slow compared to all this, right? There's nothing slower than that, right? So it's funny, everyone freaking out about 1 or 2 years. I'm like, that's nothing, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great.
Yeah, people are crazy. And the purpose for getting OMI, is it financial, just to cash out the gains, or is it to, hey, this is the only way I'm going to be able to buy land? Is it for staking so you get more MCP points? What is the strategy behind it?
Strictly an investment.
Okay. So
who knows? That might change as we see it develop, right? So who knows what the landscape will be, say, a year from now or 2 years from now. Yeah. As of right now, we continue to accumulate, and then we'll see what happens.
I'm spending a good chunk of it on land. I don't know. I don't know what happens with it.
Now, is that for sure? So I never heard David, you or Dan ever say only be used for land. So that's why I'm like.
Yes, there's a bunch of people that originally they wanted to have it where OMI would be the only option to pay for in the Veveverse, but I think now that with regulatory concerns, if it's the only option, then that might ping one of the prongs for the Howey test, and they might just have it as an option. But so a lot of people are saying, oh, well, why would I sell my ETH to buy OMI just to use OMI when I could just buy ETH or use it with gems? I think they'll heavily incentivize it. So this way you save on fees, or it gets more, like it's this much in ETH or this much in OMI type of deal. So I'm pretty sure that's why. But they'll have, but they'll definitely use it in the Veveverse. I don't know what other options there'll be. There'll probably be a bunch of them, but it should be incentivized that way.
No, we're excited.
How are you buying land with OMI? How are you doing that?
They're not doing it yet.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said you were.
Oh, no, not yet. I mean, we will do that in the future.
Oh, gotcha.
But you might have to, because land, it's not going to be infinite. It will be finite in the Veveverse. So one of the ways that you'll be able to get it is if you have a gold and silver logo, you'll get like a ticket and you'll be able to have first dibs at it. Or if you stake a large amount of OMI on the app. By the way, do you guys have any on the app, or is it all just like in like trust wallets or cold wallets?
None on the app.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that at some point. Because that's really how you stake. That's how you get a bunch of the stuff for MCP points. I'm a little worried about when they say like, oh, you could use your OMI to buy these waitlist tickets. I keep missing a bunch of these drops. I didn't get the drop today. Did you guys get one?
We didn't either.
I got a comment.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got one.
Nice.
I wanted a secret rare though. But I haven't been getting the wait list. So like I finally got one today and I'm like, darn it, I got a comment.
So on our whole trip, no, neither of us got any of the wait list drops. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
We had a nice dry spell there.
Oh yeah. You guys missed Comic-Con too.
Yes.
So, are you coming to New York?
Yes.
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 We're for sure. We're
We'll
for sure
be there,
going.
yeah.
So there's a bunch of us that might want to get like a big house. You guys want to do that? He was like, we'll be fine on our own.
We have rewards we're using at a hotel right next to the con. So
we're
nice.
close to Javits Center. So
that's cool.
maybe
That's
be
good.
part of it. I'm not sure. It's super, super close. So
That's amazing. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think. I definitely have some rewards for certain hotels as well. I got to try that on that end. So, are you guys gonna make it like a week-long trip, or you're just gonna be like lovebirds the first half of the week, and then party on with everyone the second half, or is it just like we'll see the fam, we'll work the first half of the week?
How many days are we going for?
So I think the plan right now, so I haven't finalized our flights yet, but I think the plan is to come in on the 10th and then leave on the 17th because we have some good friends in New Jersey too. So we want to visit with them a bit, but they're still in school and our kids are on break. So we're definitely going to Comic-Con Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then, I don't know, we're just going to kind of hang out. We love New York. I love it. I really, really love it. It's cool. It's different. It's like fast paced, like yummy food. Just a cool vibe. So we definitely want to just go hang out there for a bit. And then like last year, there was just a lot of meetups before Comic-Con, New York. Yeah. Before Comic-Con. So we want to make sure that we're there for that and hang out. So yeah.
Yeah, we should do something that Wednesday night. Because obviously Thursday you have the con. I'll figure out. I think Sanjay's party is going to be on that Friday, maybe, or Saturday.
If you can do that same rooftop party, there was just a vibe of seeing the skyline right there. There was nothing like that. That was
so much fun.
With Dan and David doing shots, and it was just an exciting, very cool night.
That was very. I know he's working on it. I don't know if he has the same. I think he's going for a bigger place, is what I heard.
Okay. So, yeah, it's probably gonna be more people. I mean, those parties are legendary, so yeah, everyone's gonna want to go.
I agree.
And you have more people in that gold and silver logo group now as well. So I know you guys have amazing sets. Do you ever get doubles of anything? Like, do you have like two sets of Miles Morales, or do you have like two sets of logos each?
We have. It's okay. Yeah, we have 3 logos.
Yep.
Combined. And we recently just added a couple AF-15 secret rares as well. Yeah.
We had to get one for everyone in our family, so
that's cool.
I do. If I could do this, I would. Every collectible that we have that I really, really love, I would truly like 3 of every single one. Like that, I've tried it. I don't have 3 of everything, but I want 1 to keep. I want 1 to possibly sell. And then I want 1 to possibly use to negotiate or trade or create a deal. So, but it's not possible on every single one.
Yeah, so I used to do that, Randy. I used to try to get 10 of everything. And then the addiction of mint hunting happened. And then once that happens, I'm like, I can't do both. You can do one or the other.
I know.
Either stack or get exactly what you want.
Sleep in. Hey, we have your hat up here.
Huh.
And you sent me 5-4 for my birthday. 54.
That's amazing. I love Sleeping. I hope he comes to New York Comic-Con. He's my bet. There'll be a little bit of surprise at Comic-Con for some peeps. Someone that they might not have seen in a while. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'll tell you when we're off camera. Unless you want to stay surprised, in which case I won't. But having a couple AF-15s. I was going over it yesterday. Someone was like, "What's the best comic on the app?" And obviously MC1 is legendary, but there's 60,000 of those, and only 10,000 AF-15s. I was like, guys, probably the AF-15. And then glad you guys have covered. They're like 11,000. That's a grail. That's great.
We figure once things take off, that'll be one of the first things to take off. So
yeah, the legendary stuff.
By the way, huge congratulations on your 41 logos.
Thank you.
That's epic. That's pretty awesome.
Very cool.
I'm so glad you're able to pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. I mean, I know how. I just cleared out my bank account, and there was nothing.
That's so cool, man. That's a good one. That's such a great one.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was hard, but So I said that was like the last thing I was going to collect for a while, and literally like 36 hours later, I was back to buying like other stuff. I'm addicted. Like I got Yeah, I had a quick. I brokered a deal with someone. It was as off. I was like Pokemon card stuff. And he just gave me a finder's fee, and I was like, ah, nice. I can, I'm gonna go to a nice restaurant. Nope, I bought 2 low mint Marvel Mighties. And I was like, okay, I'll just eat some rice. And yeah, I got some. So I got 2 low mint Marvel Mighties. Those are probably my favorites that I'm stacking. Outside of your Miles and your sub 30 Batman set, which is nuts. What are you guys' favorite things on the app?
Oh, we love everything Star Wars.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
That's our biggest love on the app is Star Wars stuff, and then of course it goes to Marvel.
Yeah. So how do you feel about them continuing the Rey saga for Star Wars, where she's gonna take the place of Luke and she's gonna do the have a school of Jedi and kind of train the next generation?
I think it's very cool.
Did that news come out when we were on our cruise? Because it's
yeah, it did.
Well, it was implied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, something get announced? Because I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Like the next series. I know Rey's gonna be in it. They might have Adam Driver as like a blue glowy or whatever. They might have other people make comebacks, but yeah.
That's cool.
I love it.
The more
I think
content, the better.
Yeah, she's a very strong character. She's very, I think she's very relatable, likable. Like I think she's a fantastic. I think the actress they chose for Rey was fantastic. So I really love it. That our daughter was Rey for Halloween one year, so she's super cute. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my girl Ahsoka in a couple weeks. I can't wait for that.
That's right. Yeah, Clever sent me a message with that saying, showed me the screenshot of Ahsoka being announced. I was like, I think we're going to sleep. I'm like, yes. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him. He just completed a waltz set. So he's got the 1, 2, 3. He's got the 4, 5, 6, and he's got the 7, 8, 9. I was like, oh my God.
I know. Yeah. He has got the most amazing sets, and it's like he's on a completely different level. Like you have to admire him no matter what. Like it's just incredible. Like it's so skilled collecting.
Yeah.
Calculated, very clever.
He has some fun stuff, that's for sure.
He's got the best, and he won't come on the podcast. I don't know what's going to take for him to get on.
I actually like that.
I have to thank Clever too. So we're going to pull this out. So obviously we love Star Wars, but look at how sweet. He sent this to us knowing that we collect Star Wars. This is all the patents for these. It's made out of wood. It's like carved. Like it's such a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. Like look how big this is. I know he sent one to Veve Magic as well, but I mean, this is like he's so just cool. He's a very amazing person. I'm so happy that that we met him in Veve too,
Yeah.
But just it's such a cool gift. Thank you, Clever. Thank you.
Yeah, he's great. He's awesome. He's gotten me a couple of things as well. Not as extravagant as that, but yeah, he's a great dude. He goes to Vegas a lot. I don't know how much is for business or how much for pleasure. But he sends me all the machines that I gotta play. He's like, there's a Grumpy Cat machine, there's a Buffalo. He's like, oh, okay. I'll try those. Haven't been to Vegas in a while though. Speaking of which, all right, so as well-traveled people, best place to have like a 2-cent OMI party.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is great. Yeah.
Arizona. No.
Arizona.
No. Vegas.
Do you think that the fam is ready and able to handle the amount of money that's going to come to them? And I mean that in like the best way. Like if you have OMI, if you have a bunch of collectibles, a bunch of money is going to rush in. You're going to make a lot of money overnight. But sometimes I feel like that opens doors that are maybe not so good.
Yeah. I think money makes you more of who you are. That's what I truly believe.
Ooh, that's a good one.
No, we totally believe in that. If you're an a-hole, you're a bigger a-hole with more money. You know what I mean? If you're a nice guy, more money just makes you more of a nice guy. So that's what we've seen, at least.
There's like a learning curve having money. When I was in my 20s, I kind of came into a little bit just doing the high risk lending stuff, and I was just oh, hey, now I can drink the good stuff. Now I can do that. And I don't know, took me a little while to like learn like how to like do it and not be like dumb. Obviously you guys have been doing this for like 17 years. How did you guys first learn how to go and
we had
budget and not be stupid?
We had our dumb
We've
face.
had lots of dumb faces.
Yeah. Our
but
20s was full like living in the moment, right?
Yeah. We started a company out of thin air, like when we were like, what, 20 and 21, like literally like said, we're going to give away $10,000. We didn't have it yet. We figured it out. We literally had to make this happen. 20,000. Sorry, you're right. $20,000. Like we created a production company. Like we just fell on our faces over and over and over and over and had fun and learned from it. And I think more than anything, just started surrounding ourselves more and more with who we wanted to be more like, whether it was values, family, money, success, real estate.
Yeah. We were, Tina and I are very competitive, not as much. Well, you can see
I'm a little bit more competitive.
So we've been together since we were 20. So
well, he was 19.
Robbing the cradle. We were
tell us origin story. The fans need to know. Origin story. How'd you guys meet? The fans need to know.
You sure you want to go down that road?
Yes, I do.
I'll tell it.
You're going to hear her point of view and you'll see mine.
Okay. I had just gotten out of a very bad relationship. Okay. Like a long relationship. Thought I was going to marry this person. He just ended up being a big loser, becoming an alcoholic, etc. So and don't take this the wrong way. It was that point in time. I'm younger. I thought men were a waste of time. Guys are a waste of time. I'm going to do life on my own. I'm going to make it. I'm going to be successful. I don't need anybody to help me. I'm doing this all by myself. And then one of the girls that worked for me,
Miller's Outpost.
Miller's Outpost. Yeah, I used to be a manager at Miller's Outpost. It's where they sell Levi's.
Miller's Ale House? We have a
Uh,
Miller's Ale House near us. I guess they're
it's
different.
a long time ago.
It went down in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. But they sold Levi's, a ton of Levi's. They were known for Levi's. Okay. So it was a retail store.
Gotcha.
Anyway, a girl that Rudy went to school with worked for me. And, we became good friends, and her name's Brooke. And she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, you would be so perfect with this guy, Rudy. I went to school with Rudy. And all she talked about is Rudy. And
Sounds like she liked Rudy.
No. She's very, very good friends. But anyway, so she's like, you're so nice, and you should, Rudy needs a nice girl like you, whatever. So she's trying to matchmake, for months. And so our group, like our retail group of girls, used to go to like underage, like nightclubs, these dance clubs where you could get in and stuff. So we would go like every weekend, right? Well, sure enough, Brooke decides that she's going to secretly invite Rudy and the boys, okay, because he had his little group of friends, all guys, to meet up with us. So I don't know this, of course. I'm like in my, what did I have, a Subaru Sidekick or something like that? Like, anyway, I'm in my Jeep. I'm like digging for a CD. If you guys remember CDs, I'm like trying to find a CD. And
wait, what year was this?
This guy comes up to me. Yeah. And he like, hey. And I was like, yeah, and I just like turn around.
No. Okay, stop. That's
what year was this? Was it like 99? Was it like?
So this lady Brooke comes and goes, Rudy, let me introduce you to Tina. Tina, this is Rudy. Rudy, this is Tina. So I go up to her. She's digging in her car. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I reach out my hand, like, how you doing? And she turns around and goes, yeah, hey. And then keeps digging in her car. I'm like, all right, cool. The rest of the night, I try to talk to her. So we go in this dance club. Yes. I try to talk to her, and she's just treating me like.
No. I wasn't treating you mean. I wasn't talking to you. I was in my world. Okay? I'm with my girls. We're dancing. We're having fun. And he keeps coming up to me on the dance floor, and every single dance move I do, he does. If I put my arm up, he puts his arm up. Like he's copying everything I do. So, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to punch this guy. Like, why is he copying me? He's totally pissing me off, so I'm going to punch him.
She was hating on my moves, Randy. I don't know why.
and then, okay, so we all like, we end up like hanging out, like, we go to dinner afterward. You go out to dinner like 2 a.m. in the morning. So we go out to dinner. like, or whatever, breakfast, whatever it was. We start hanging out for weeks, right? And our whole group just starts merging. So our girl group, his guy group, we start merging, hanging out. Every weekend we're going out. So I found out weeks later, he didn't know how to dance.
Bullshit.
So he's copying me.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you said
No,
don't lie.
no.
Don't lie. You can't lie on the live stream. So this cute, adorable guy, okay? He was just trying to like dance with me, so like hang out with me, and I just didn't realize it. It's bad timing. So
I had the moves, Randy. Don't let her lie.
now
I feel like that takes a lot of courage to go to a dance club when you don't know how to dance. So I feel like you got to get some credit for that.
I saw Tina and I just couldn't stop, man. I had to keep going.
He did. He was very persistent, which is great. That's awesome.
And she put Hard to Get on a whole nother level.
I see.
Like-
Also, what year was that? Was that like 98, 2002?
94.
No, we've been together
95.
since late 95.
95, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a long time, yeah.
I couldn't shoo her away after that.
Oh,
just like
No.
Okay.
And then we were just kind of oddballs. Like we were very like committed to each other, but we just had all these crazy goals before we could start having kids and start a family and stuff. And I don't know. Rest is history.
Well, you guys were together for a while before you had kids.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
when did you get married? What year?
Yeah. Our plan was to put $100,000 in the bank before we had kids because our whole 20s was a struggle. It was constantly up and down, like because we would work, we made a lot of money, but we also spent everything we had. Right. So that's how we lived in our 20s. And we made a lot, like more than a lot of our friends. And it just wasn't like we can't live like this if we're going to raise a family.
Right.
Yeah.
So finally at 30 in 2005, we got married and decided to start a family and enter into real estate.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I forget what we were talking about before this. I got caught up in the origin story. But that was great. I'm so glad I heard that story.
I will tell you, I will add too. So Rudy also has a very generous and charming side to him too. I will tell you what like made me like, I was just like, who is this guy? This guy is just this crazy nice. And everyone I met, all of his friends, like they all knew him. Like all these, I'd go random places. Oh, Rudy. Oh, I love Rudy. Like girl, guy, grandma, uncle, like whoever.
I paid them.
I love Rudy. Nice. Oh, you're with Rudy, right? But anyway, no, 6 months after we were dating, this guy, so he was a KFC manager, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Good old days.
He literally, he shows up at my apartment and he's like, guess what? And I was like, I'd never been anywhere out of the country. He's like, I just got us tickets to Cancun. We're going to Cancun. And he like throws them down. And like, literally, I was just like, who does this for someone? Who like goes and pays for like, it was like what, 4 days, 5 nights? I don't know, something like, it was like.
All I remember was it was 3 of my paychecks to go.
But he literally spent his whole paycheck so we could go, so he could take me out of the country, like go to Cancun. And it was like by far our absolute best trip ever, huh? Right?
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Like we were very poor. We very poor. I mean, we're digging for change for Taco Bell in our cars and stuff. I mean, but we went to Cancun and we had fun, man.
Hey, best hotel ever. I think it had a 1 star. And our said we had an ocean view room.
Yeah.
Go to open the windows. There's a
brick
wall with a cockroach walking on it. I'm
no
like,
joke. Brick wall. And the TV, it was like this little box TV. Like old TV. And you turn it on and it was only French channels, like in Mexico.
That was all I could afford. That was all I could afford, Randy.
We were like, this is I still remember it was Club Las Perlas, but it was on the beach. Like we could literally walk outside and there was the water. It was beautiful.
Oh, that's great. It's weird. Like the best times were like when you were struggling. The best times are like, now I loved, going to Europe and I loved going other places, but I don't know, struggling and trying to build something. And that journey is very, very intoxicating. I keep myself doing that so I can keep getting that feeling of, oh, I'm struggling, my back's against the wall. Like, meanwhile, I'm spending like $10,000 on these logos.
We wouldn't trade those days for anything. We feel like that's what makes you who you are.
Right.
Right. That's what makes you the resilient person, right, that you are today. And it's very important. Like even for our kids, yeah, we can buy them cars, but we won't.
Yeah.
They gotta figure it out. I mean, we'll like help, we're the bumpers on a bowling lane, right? So we just kind of guide them the right way, but we need them to feel some pain growing up. It's just that's real life.
I'm so glad you guys are doing that, because I mean, just back in the day when I went to school, a bunch of my friends' parents bought them cars, and I was a little jealous. But then now I see that they don't really, not that they don't know about money, they just don't treat money, and they don't treat like savings. Like I don't know, the amount of times I see people like, oh, let me get this, but it's like their whole paycheck, and it's like, oh my god, like the way you guys are like living, it's like. And even a couple of my friends now, they're like, I gotta buy a car for my kids. Like, I really wish you wouldn't do that, but what can I say? But so I'm glad to see you guys.
About all those purchases, our son's like, Mom, so and so just got brand new BMW, or so and so got a Honda Civic. Or I'm like, oh, that's nice. Wow. Did you take a picture?
Wynn's got these ancient sayings: "Have to taste the sour to appreciate the sweet." Oh, it's so good.
I like it.
Love that.
It's good. It's very good.
It is hard to know the appropriate amount of trauma, though, because like too little, and you wind up being a little, inside a bubble, and you don't really go out it. But then too much, and you just have like issues,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know the appropriate amount. What is your thoughts on? If any of your kids said like, hey, I want to go to the military, would you like break their legs so they couldn't go? Or would you be like, hey, that's probably a good idea?
It's actually been brought up on the cruise.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, really?
We met somebody from the Air Force, and I don't know, he started talking to our son and discussing it, just discussing it. And he asked me about it. I'm like, well, just do all the research first, and I'll help you research it. And before you sign anything, make sure a lawyer reads everything. So
if he does, let me know. I'll give him a guide on what to sign, what not to sign. Because don't go in open general. So open general, they can stick you wherever they want, and it's they'll lie to you. Say, oh, you got a good ASVAB score. We'll put you in something that uses your brain. Nope.
Right.
They did not do that. But yeah, that is my is the one thing I think I could help with outside of OMI. But on the opposite end of that, now that we have switching gears a little bit back to finance a little bit, the SEC has sued or is currently suing Richard Hart of Hex and Pulse Chain, and usually the SEC pecks where there is blood. How worried are you about altcoins at large, SEC's power, and all that, like the future of OMI and the rest of the investments in crypto?
I would say that I love the fact that OMI is not on any of the exchanges right now. It's kind of under the radar. So I like the fact that it's still growing along with a very large and successful and growth-minded company like Veve. We follow it a lot. Like, we're definitely, please don't think that we are crypto experts or any sort of cryptocurrency type experts.
We're very new to this, Randy. We're very, very new to this world. So
we have some, but I also feel like you shouldn't invest in anything you really don't know or understand, and you shouldn't put everything into one thing. So if you're just throwing all your money into just say Bitcoin or just OMI or just Veve, then I feel like there's a risk involved in that. Just real estate. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. So we're definitely big believers in diversifying. I mean, we have recently made different changes in our lives with where we're putting our money, but we're also just making sure it's spread out a lot more in different facets rather than say the rug was pulled out from any one of them. No. We're much more safeguarded this way. We feel we are.
That is a good, don't do what I do. Don't put everything all in one basket.
No, I mean,
there's some crazy days.
There's no
I agree with
right way. It's just, I feel like you just gotta, if you're gonna do something like that, you just have to be willing to take the risk of what can happen with it. I mean, we don't know. And I'm also a big believer too, do what's within your control. So like, people say like, oh, should I sell my house now or should I wait 6 months from now? And I'm like, well, 6 months from now, we don't know. But right
Yeah,
now, I
true.
can tell you this many houses sold for X. This is the highest sale that this is the highest sale in your neighborhood. I could tell you right now what we can work with. But
Yeah.
6 months from now, who knows? We could go from, say, 22,000 homes to 4,500 homes, So those are the things that are out of all of our control.
Yeah. When you guys get people down there, I know you said from everywhere. How many people are from California and New York?
It's a good question. I could send you the numbers.
That'd be great. I love that.
I subscribe to something called Cromford, which is kind of like the Wall Street Journal for real estate, like everything real estate related in Arizona. And he also advises for like WP Carey, ASU. But I can give you like exact numbers, but we have quite an influx of migration patterns. Actually, globally, you've got a lot of people. They're calling them expats. They're like globally relocating because so many people can work remote now. They're not forced to have to live in these bigger cities or high rent areas or no rent control areas. They can go further out. They can travel. Like our neighbor, she owns a very successful paving company, and she literally just said, I'm going on the road. I'm buying an RV. I'm going on the road, working remote, and like set everything up. Like she physically does not need to be in this state to run the largest paving company in Arizona,
That's so cool.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
I'll definitely need your help. Also, I feel like Arizona can be relatively purple, like red state, but a lot of blue major cities.
Yeah.
You guys have been there for a while. Have you noticed a larger influx of Democrats going in?
Yeah, we actually, for the first time, and I don't know if it's the first time ever, but in the first time in a very long time, we turned more blue, which is interesting. Arizona's traditionally been a very red state, but it turned blue. I think
that was during the election.
Yeah, during the election is what I'm talking about. I think nationally, though, I think states are changing as we speak. So
yeah, it's very strange.
Right?
Yeah, it is. I'm very curious to see where that goes. I mean, I guess if you have a decent enough in the bag or in the bank, I don't think it'll really affect too much. Have you guys ever thought about getting a place or even just like an office in like Portugal or Puerto Rico, so that this way, when those crypto gains hit, you don't have to pay too many taxes on it?
That has crossed our minds. Yeah.
We talked about it. Yeah. On the cruise, we talked about it. I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting. This whole centralized banking system. What's going on with the SEC. There's a lot of even people that we know that are incredibly well off. They'll still ask us our opinion on what's going on too, and what we think they should do. And I'm just like, I don't want to advise. I don't want, like, oh my gosh, like, again, I feel like do what makes sense for you. Control what you can control right now. But as far as like we have kids too in school, and they're so involved in sports, and like our number one priority is always family. So if it is going to disturb, like there's a balance, right? Like we have to create this balance. Like they need friends, they need like a system in place, they need security, they need, so I don't personally, I don't think that we could just uproot ourselves, but we could definitely have places in several locations, and that's very appealing to us. So I do like the idea of having multiple places, and then we have, again, options, diversifying where we live, where we play, where we invest.
That is a good point. That's probably something I'd like to do also. Do you have like one of those, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Spy Kids, where like the parents get kidnapped, the kids have to go save them, and they go into like this underground bunker, and they just have $1,000 in yuan, $1,000 in like the Swiss franc. You guys have that room where it's like, all right, we're going to this country, we gotta take all the money.
We can't talk about that. I know what you're talking about. Antonio Banderas, right?
Yeah, that's so good.
They're good shows.
Yeah, I love that movie. That apparently it's in the same universe as the one with Danny Trejo, who plays like the uncle in here. It's where he goes in and Machete. Apparently, it's in the same universe.
That's right.
I know what you're talking about.
It's so great.
Curly hair kid, yeah.
Oh, I love him. I love those movies. So I know you said about an hour, so we'll wrap it up here, and then I'll tell you off camera for a minute. But anything else you want to go over while we're on camera still?
No, I think
I'm excited about Frozen. I know you are.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
I love Elsa.
I love the animation with Olaf. I can't believe it. Like we've been waiting for this. And yes, I know, Nguyen, I know you love golden moments. We love golden moments too. And I do have Elsa golden moments, but, and she is FA, absolutely, hands down. But having the full color version of Frozen, I'm so excited. Like the only thing really that could top that for me Disney wise would be the original Ariel from Little Mermaid. Like, oh my gosh. If they drop that, that's my all-time favorite Disney movie of all time.
And then one of our occasions will have to be canceled because Tina is going to go ham on that collector.
I love Ariel, Flounder, Sebastian. Like I probably watched that movie so much growing up. And we've definitely seen Elsa over and over and over and over.
I had a sub 100 Flanders Sebastian. I had to get rid of to get one of the logos because it was like all hands on deck type of situation. Try to get that back at some point. But yeah, the NFTs the last couple of months have looked beautiful. Whether it's Iron Man, whether it's Elsa and Anna, they're looking really clean. So I'm very happy this quality is.
Agree.
Yeah. Even that Spider Pig with the
that one's fantastic, right?
Iron Man was amazing. Yeah. I love how it's multiple animated. It's not just one thing they do. You can like touch him and he'll punch the ground, go down, do this, a lot of different things.
Yeah, they just redid the website. Like if you go on the website now, it looks super clean. Everything looks super high quality, like better than the app. So it's good things to come. But yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi.
Andy. We love you.